Hi Luminaires, welcome to March's Energy Update 2021. My name is Jamie Butler and today I'll be trans-channeling Maitland to give you the energy update. Plus she's going to talk to you about which chakras are going to be strengthened, needed, and challenged. Thank you for being here.
Nice to have you here.
It's nice to be here.
The energy feels good. I'm very curious to hear what you have to say.
I shall say it now. Everybody's here. I brought in everybody to do March Energy Update for 2021. My name is Maitland, and I'm going to talk to you about the energy update for March 2021. And already we need to edit it because I'm laughing. I'm so relieved because we're getting into the energy that feels good. If you watched last month's, I said, okay, it's still like a little bit of hunkering down and a little bit more anchoring, but that 2021 is all going to be about go, 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 go. And you're about to launch. March is for the launch. March is for the launch. And it's a nice launch. I think I would like to talk about March based on what your elements are. When you do astrology, your astrology sign is associated with elements like air, earth, water, and fire. There's 4 of them. And because March is really going to help each one of those elements in a different way. Like if you're an earth sign, March's energy, that is that ready to launch, is more about like financial boosts and success. So if you're real earthy, you can experience a lot of financial freedom, but also a mental freedom. Like if there was stuff that you were worrying about before that you didn't like, that was maybe sticky in your head, and it was just kind of keeping a vicious cycle and you didn't want to be thinking about those things anymore. You're changing your belief systems and you're growing and you're an earth sign. Just know that the energy of March is like, I will help you with that. Let's not even think about it anymore. Look at that, it's magically gone and you didn't even have to sweep it away or do a lot of work around it. So it's super, super nice. If you're an air element in March, you're going to need to hold on to your physical health just a little bit more. So when you're getting ready to launch, your physical body might go, well, something's happening over here. And I just would ask if you would slow down and look at it a little bit more. You can see it as glitches, but I like to see it as a time where you strengthen your connection to your physical body. And so in the future, it doesn't give you those issues. So if you're an air sign, then this would be a really great month to look at changing your diet. Maybe going and starting a new physical practice like Tai Chi or yoga, breath work, because these are all going to tend to the physical body and strengthen it for the foundation for the rest of the movement of the year. And that's very good. And people who are air signs are going to feel that successful freedom more so emotionally. Like it just it's like easy going in the heart. So it'll be easier for you to put a smile on your face, even if your physical body is like, I need a little bit more of your attention. So that's very nice. And if you're a fire element and I guess there's nothing to say about a fire element. If you're a fire element, then March's ready to launch energy is about taking the heat and giving you a clear focus. Because sometimes fire can spread rapidly and not really know what it's touching or hitting. And so you're kind of sometimes off the mark or too heated on one direction. And March's energy is really going to help you have that direction to where you're not spread out so thin and so like nicely rooted. So when the goodness begins to unleash itself, you don't feel like you need to stand stronger to defend or you topple over. You're just naturally ready for it. And there's a really good feeling of, I wish there was a different word for strength when you talk about your emotions, because I think the word strength really relates to muscles. But there's a fortitude
Got it.
of emotion. Can I say it like that?
I think so.
There's an emotional fortitude. Okay, I'll say it like that. She's probably not going to edit this, and now you're probably going to watch that part too.
It's okay.
I said earth. Oh, we have water left. So if you're born in a water element, water in March, when March's energy is ready to launch, it's a little bit similar to the fire because water can dampen so much. It can put out energy, but it can also bellow up and push energy. So March is going to help you fine-tune that and bring it in. And because March is bringing an emotional lightness and happiness, the waters are going to feel that joy the most. And it's not like you just wake up grinning and smiling and giggling, but you have this natural ease of not wanting to bite down on something when you would normally want to push somebody's emotions to really get them to be honest or authentic or vulnerable or whatever your goal is. It's like now you're like, I don't have a goal for anybody else. My goal is for me. And you allow everything else to just kind of naturally well up and express itself, and you're very centered with it. So March's energy throughout, it begins smaller than it ends. So it's a crescendo. I'm trying new words. Is that what you call when it goes small and it gets big at the end? And when it gets small at the beginning, you realize, oh, I'm happy and life is going well. And you start to acknowledge it because not a lot of people on earth have had that opportunity to acknowledge that things are going well. And then in your happiness, not only do you personally feel it and you smile about it, but it gets projected outwards. And it's just like taking force and pushing something else over, like a domino effect, and it pushes over the next person, the next person, the next person. But this time it's all with this kind of feeling of content and joy and happy. And it pushes the next person, and they feel that, and they push the next person, and it's happiness around and happiness around. And then it starts going, oh, do you need help? I would love to help you. Yes, I would love to receive your help. And there's lots of sharing and saying yes and receiving and giving. And it's a less of a, I need this. Why won't you give this to me? I need it. And an argument and a force and a direct ask. It's like, I need this, and so I'm going to ask for it. I ask for it, and then two people give me a call, or one person comes by and goes, hey, do you need this? Because I don't need this anymore. And you're like, I do. So, start looking at the benefits of giving and receiving. Neither one of them is better nor stronger or more powerful than the other. The give and the receive is the dance of energy, and March is going to teach you just that, to dance. So for those of you who are growing in your sensitivities and your intuition and your psychic abilities, March says, remember how fun this is? Because again, March has so much lighter energy. and a sweetness and an ease. So when you're doing your work about opening up your intuitive and psychic abilities, it's going to feel a little bit more playful, or how some of you might describe it as magical. You'll use the words that are mostly reserved for fantasy talk, or the stories. Are they called fiction?
Mm-hmm.
That aren't real?
Mm-hmm.
Um, the adjectives that are used in fiction stories. And so magic is one of them. Like, oh, it's just magical. It's very glittery and sparkly and happy. And I'm getting these very sweet messages. So I wanted to mention another reason why this is happening. It's not just all astrological. It's not just coming from the wave of 2020 and mass consciousness getting bigger and clearer. And it's not just the success of coming away from a quarantine and a pandemic, or changing presidents and rulers in certain countries. This shift is also coming from we're getting closer to a mass awakening so that we can receive a new round of knowledge from our multidimensional families that are up in the skies. And you're going to hear us talk more and more about that, because in March it is truly a door open, where an energetic door open to multidimensionals. In the past, yes, we've opened doors. Individuals have had experiences, and yes, governments are well aware and have communications and documentations of different races and entities that have come to visit Earth, but just haven't shared it. And so it's been a strong mental ask and a call to action for people to say, you have to tell us the truth. Well, that's shifting, because now we're recognizing, oh, our governments and our structures aren't going to tell us the truth, but a few individuals are. So on Earth, you're shifting the power away from that, and you're finding other ways to get your truth. And March is a result of that. So this new door is opening is because mass consciousness is not saying we all agree to the structures we have on Earth and we are honoring them. It's, hey, we agree we have these structures, but they're not telling us the whole truth. So now we're going to go deeper within and connect more into a community, and it's opening up other possibilities. So you're going to hear in March, or moving forward, you're either going to hear or firsthand experience more multidimensional contact, healing, conversation, engagement. And I would say the first round of what you'll hear is more an angelic approach, where there's going to be more angelic interaction in people's day-to-day lives and in healings, and people being stronger, having absolute healing mentally, physically, and emotionally. And the reason it's unfolding like this is because more people on Earth believe in angels than they do believe in multidimensional beings. And that's just because angels got to be a part of a lot of the religious stories on Earth, and so their terminology has been around longer and it seems more acceptable. So they're going to help open the door for other interactions. So if you find yourself and you wake up in the middle of the night and you feel very good and you have a smile on your face and your chest is tingly and you feel like your stomach is like expansive and open and you feel a little floaty, you can pretty much bet you're getting an angelic healing. If you are sitting, in your living room or in the car, and all of a sudden you just have this overwhelming sense that everything is good and that everything is going to be okay. It's like you get this tiny glimpse into life and everything that is, and it's just like, okay, I'm all right. That's an angelic approach and intervention, because their vibrations are so much higher that when they get around people on Earth, they just zzz, it's like watching them go up in an elevator. Whoop! And they go all the way up. And it's like, I'm feeling this, and I'm still a person, and I'm feeling this, and this is great. And you just like, you don't really know what to do with it. And it's not like you're getting a slew of information in your head, like, now you will do this, or it's not like that. What is this feeling? And then you carry that to the next person, and the next person picks it up off of you, and then so forth and so forth and so forth, and pop, 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 pop. So there's that, which leads me to what is happening to your energy. And the chakra that's going to be needed the most for March is definitely your third eye. And because the fire and the water elements in March, you're going to rely a lot on your intuitive strength and to receive the messages of what March's energy is doing when they're directing you, like, oh, come here, settle in here, be a little bit more stronger here, more focused like this. This is really going to be an action part for your third eye energy. And also when the sweetness rolls in and we have more access to angelic energy and higher vibrations, again, it's going to be this third eye energy, because we're bringing in the higher vibrations up from the higher. You really can't see your own, can you? That's funny. Huh. I know it's there. When I move my head, it moves. It's right there.
You are cracking me up.
Can you see it?
I can't.
Oh, it's so funny. It moves as fast as you move. So that energy comes in, and then we're not looking for you to move all your energy up into the crown chakra, because that vibrates outside of your physical body. We want you to embody the higher vibrations. So that means this guy. So to get into your physical body, the highest vibration in your physical body is the third eye. I can't even turn my eyes up and look at it. When I pay attention to it, it makes me feel like a unicorn. Because you have a big beam of light that comes out of the top of your head. Okay, so third eye needed the most. The one that's going to be challenged the most. Push, 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 push. Solar plexus. The me gets a challenge because the me is growing. So when you start to question about who you are, identity-wise, like, why am I doing this? Why do I behave this way? Why did I even think that was important? I don't think that's important anymore. And so I really need to have a sit-down talk with myself and figure out if I'm crazy or not. That's yellow. And you're going to find that you're not crazy. You're going to find that you're like coming out of the fog and going, oh my goodness, I put so much emphasis on that direction and outcome, and I didn't even need to. And now I'm just going to let it go. Figure that. I told myself that I don't need to move anywhere and that I need to be next to my family for a lifetime because that's what you do. And then all of a sudden you realize, I can move every 3 years if I wanted to. And that's perfectly fine too. So you'll naturally question the indoctrinated lessons that you've been carrying. And I want you to know that you're not crazy. But as people get happier, as they get sweeter, they often want to look at what they were carrying that was keeping them from that and going, why did I let myself have that? And you can get stuck in beating yourself up, going, oh, I could have done this so much sooner. But I just want you to go, forget about it. No, that's not how you do it. Forget about it. That was closer. Forget about it. No, that was off. You do it.
I can't. You're cracking me up.
You can do it. You know how you do it.
Oh my gosh. I feel like if I do it, it's just not going to come out right. I have to hear it and then mimic it.
Forget about it.
Forget about it.
Forget about it. No, I'm putting the emphasis somewhere different.
Kind of put like a little bit of Italian on there.
Oh, really? Italian. I can't think of it.
Like, forget about it.
Oh, that was so good. Forget about it. Forget about it. Forget about it. No. Do it again.
You got it.
I got
you
it.
got it. You got it in your own way, for sure.
Forget about it. Now I just need some meatballs. Well, we lived in the Italian, like we had so many Italian people where we lived in Chicago, and it was all like this and that and dramatic, and no matter what you were talking about it. So, you forget about it. Okay, there's that. And the chakra carrying on like we didn't just fall apart. I like coming to Earth. These are really good times, and I know there's a lot of people who are going through their struggle, but they are really good times. And we'll see that in a little bit. 2021 is a lot of like packing and holding and carrying. It's really nice. So we did the needed, the challenged, and supported. The heart gets the support award because most of what's happening in March is about love, kindness, sweetness, tenderness. It gets translated a lot with the heart. And so for those of you who are really heady and have a hard time expressing your emotions or just opening up and getting silly, kind of like what we just did, it's going to come easier for you. You'll feel less stress and less burdened, and that's really supportive to the heart. It's not that you give up on your goals and you become lazy and you quit doing things. March isn't that. March is like, do what's really important for you. And it's okay to put you first. For those of you who are struggling with self first, or struggling with releasing control, because you think you might be out of control, March is going to help you with that. And it does it in a very kind way. And this is a lot why you will feel those healings in March from your angels and multidimensional beings, because that energy is translated here. And so you can imagine March is like this heart polish. So for those of you who get anxiety or who are too sensitive to other people's energies, you'll feel a little bit more protected. You'll feel stronger emotionally when you're not being taken advantage of. You'll be able to make really big decisions, like say, I am going to start my business. I'm now taking action. We're in the action realm. Many people in March are going to say, I love you, but I want a divorce. I am complete. And we're going to watch a lot of marriages and relationships like politely unravel and still exist together. It's not like before where people would go head to head and fight and misunderstand each other. Because March has that sweetness energy, it can help you go through difficult times with ease. And now that we have that pressure cooker of 2020, and you've taken December and January and parts of February to really identify where you want to go, how you want to see your life live, it's going to happen. In March, you're going to see more people than ever say, this is a great job, but I quit. And smile and still be able to stay in the job as long as the boss kind of needs them and get a bonus and then move on and get good referrals. In March, you're going to see a lot of people say, I know I've lived here all my life, but I'm going to move. I'm going to go where I want to go. Is it an island? Is it a mountain? Is it another country? It's like, I'm giving myself permission. And that's really what March is. I'm giving myself permission. Polish, polish, polish the heart, make it shiny and full of love. And you're going just to be expressing that to other people, but it's going to come out in you. And it's not going to, it's like if you were to say those same things in December, it would be absurd. Oh, I can't believe you're moving. I can't believe you're quitting. Why would you ever leave your marriage? I don't understand. And now when you do it in March, it's like, oh, wow. You're like a butterfly. And you just came out of your cocoon and you're a butterfly. So that is March's energy update. And we have been so excited about waiting to get you to come here. And it's very kind. And if you're wondering, like, well, what do I do in March? I say it's time to be you. And you don't have to move fast. You have plenty of time. But begin now. Because the energy there is ready to support you. Thanks for being here and watching March's energy update for 2021. My name is Maitland, and I'll see you next month.
Thank you, Maitland.
You're welcome. Thank you. It's weird when you get back into a body because sometimes you have to think about moving it before you're moving it. It's not as natural as it was when you're living in it.
God, it's almost like a delayed, like a slight delay.
Yeah, just ever so slightly. There's sometimes I'm talking in the night, I ask myself, did you remember to breathe? And you go, oh, I didn't remember. Okay, I'm supposed to go.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Bye.
Bye.